Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite way to apply foundation with a brush. So if you've ever struggled with streakiness, uneven foundation, cakiness, or you're just not sure how to apply foundation, then this video is for you. I'll show you step by step how to apply foundation using a foundation brush and why I think using a foundation brush like this makes all the difference in the world. So first, let's talk about why I like using a flat brush. So you have more control over how much product you are applying to your skin rather than just putting it on. And then you should really have a brush that's pretty dense, right? I love this one here. This is the Sonia.G Jumbo Base Brush. And you can see that it's pretty dense, right? It's not too loosey like maybe something this is, right? This one's a little bit too fluffy, right? This one is a little bit dense. You can see the difference when you look at them up close. So you can shear it out or you can build it up if you need to add more. And they're just better for blending around the nose area, the mouth, the neck. You really, if you're wearing your hair up, you should do your ears also. And the technique that I'm going to be doing today, you will see that it's, you know, you're just more dabbing the skin. You're not really swiping or pulling, which can, a lot of times can lead to making like streaks on the skin. So I'm going to be using this Estée Lauder, the Future Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup with an SPF of 45. I'm going to also be using this Jumbo Base Brush from Sonia.G. Okay. I'm going to be using a concealer too. I'm going to use this one here from Lancome. This is the Serum Concealer. And as a primer, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Face Base. The Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which is it's a primer and moisturizer all in one. And you would think like all brushes are created equal, but they're not. So for the longest time, I used to use like a brush like this. And what it would do is I would just like make streaks on my skin, right? And it really didn't look blended in. I don't want when you're looking at my skin, I don't want it to look like I have foundation on. I want it to look like it's just my skin and part of my skin, not something that's laying on the surface of my skin. A lot of times foundation brushes like this will make the makeup look cakey, especially if you have to go ahead and add on a blush or a bronzer and then you want to do like a finishing powder. It's just going to lay on there. You really want it to kind of blend in seamlessly. I just like the way buffing it looks better on the skin personally. So I'm going to start off with first putting on the face base, and you will see it will kind of soften up my skin a little bit. My skin has a tendency to be dry, but yet this will kind of smooth out any fine lines and kind of fill in any pores that I have. It smells great. It has a citrusy smell to it. And then I'll just kind of press it into my skin. Okay, so that's step one. For reference, I do have my eyes done. I did put eye makeup on. So next I'm going to go and I'm going to take one pump of this onto the top of my hand. Like so, right? That's a full pump. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to completely cover it with the brush. I'm going to go right in there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to smash it right in there. And I'm going to completely coat that brush, right? I'm just going to keep dabbing it around on there like so. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start from the center of my face and move upward and outward. I'm going to start here on the nose. I'm going to kind of bring it out this way. Go around my mouth. You can even put it on your lips. And then come out this way. And you can see I'm just kind of bouncing that on my skin. Go up here on my forehead, and I'm just going to kind of bounce that into my skin. And again, one of the things that this does is that it avoids moving anything that you might have going on. Like if you just put a moisturizer on and a primer, you don't want to start pulling because it will start pulling that into different areas in your face. So you really just kind of want to just kind of bounce it in there, press it into the skin so it just looks like your skin. You can go over your ears a little bit. Over the top. And go right up into your hairline, bounce that into your hairline. Now, if you need to go back over and add a little bit more coverage, you can take a little bit more foundation and just kind of go in and do those areas where we have a tendency to need a little bit more coverage. Especially if we have a big event coming up, the areas that typically get bumped the most are the nose and the chin area, right? So you might want to go over and just kind of add a little bit more foundation onto those areas in case if you have a wedding or something like that that you're going to. Next, I'm going to take a clean flat brush, and I'm going to take this one here. This is a Sonia.G, and it's called the Smooth Buffer Brush, right? And a lot of times I'll just do this, and I'll just, to finish up my application, is I'll go over the skin. I mean, I go over it like this, very slightly, just to kind of blend that into the skin so it looks like it's airbrushed. And you can see how flat that brush is, right? And the fact that it's clean, like you want to make sure it's clean. And you also want to make sure that you're cleaning your brushes on a regular basis. I have a whole video on brush cleaning too that I'll leave to the end of this one if you're unsure on how to clean them. You don't want bacteria building up on your brush and then putting it back onto your skin, and then you end up getting a breakout. So you can see that that just really looks very nicely buffed into the skin. You can see it has a nice sheer finish to it. It's not too heavy looking. Next, I'm going to go in, and I do have a couple areas that I want to spot conceal, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to just go here and here. I have a dab here that I want to go, and then here and here. And I'm going to take this brush here, and again, I'm just going to go in there and dab. I'm not going to swipe too much either, because we just really want to press it into the skin. Yeah, you want it to be seamless looking, right? Go over here and dab that into this. I love this serum concealer because it's so super lightweight. My skin has a tendency to be dry, so I like anything that's hydrating on the skin. That's why I like the Estée Lauder Hydra Futurist. There you go, you can see. You don't want to press too hard when you're putting on the foundation either. You really just want to kind of go very gently, like dabbing it into the skin like so. I'm going to take this pinched cheeks. I'm going to go in. I'm just going to finish up this look. I'm going to go in and just dab that on the top of my cheeks there. And again, I'm just using my fingers. You're going to finish up with this Fenty Beauty Fussy in the color Fussy. It is a lip balm. I'm going to go in there. Just going to give my lips a little bit of color. And there you have it, a perfectly blended foundation using a brush. Comment below and let me know if you have a favorite way to apply your foundation. If you do use a brush, what brush do you use? And if you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.